I wonder if I can do this again. Just let me know if it is still too choppy, and then we'll just have to give it up trying to do live while in traffic, or at least while on the road. It's so boring because I'd rather talk to you guys. So anyway, we're talking about the language of elections and how most of the candidates will talk about governance as though it was a battle. And sometimes it is. Of course, elections, yes, they're a competition. So, ang mangyayari is that, oh, bakit parang walang nasa Facebook? Everybody's on YouTube. Did I turn on Facebook? Anyway, uh, so, yun, meron na. Okay. So, yeah, Pasig is really a bad place for signal. All right. So, but you notice, no, ang elections, yes, because it's a competition. One side has to get more votes than the other. Yung isa talaga gustong to get more points. So, para siyang basketball game. Tayong mga followers, mga kandidato, may cheering squad pa yan. So, ngayon, since the cheering squad has moved into social media, this gives rise to what we call the bardagulan on on social media, and it's okay. It's healthy competition. It's supposed to be healthy competition. Wag tayo masyadong pa-toxic, and wag yung masyadong seryoso. Kasi, what are elections? Elections are a way of determining who has the imprimatur o kung sino yung napupusuan ng karamihan. So, ngayon, para manalo yung kandidato, yung iba sa atin, magko-convince tayo para dumami yung boboto dun sa napupusuan natin. Okay pa rin lang yun. That's fine because that's the democratic process. So, hikayatan. But if you'll notice, yung ibang mga kandidato, they're still stuck in the rhetoric na ipaglalabang ko kayo. So ang pinaka ganyan si Mayor Isko, no? Yun, parang mapakain ko lang kayo, gagawin ko to, paglalabang ko karapatan ninyo. Like it is always a fight. O kaya laban, giyera sa corruption. It's always like that. And I'm wondering, at some point, ako matagal na akong lumampas na ako dun sa ick factor na I'm just so bored with it. Na it's always paglalabang ko kayo and all that. Instead of, alright, kumbaga, since you're trying to get people on your side anyway, bakit bakit hindi yung mga tipong, and this is what I like about the unity team, it's, tara, gawin natin to. Yun yung language nila. Pakinggan ninyo. It's more like, sa agrikultura, kailangan gawin natin to. So, gagawa tayo ng irrigation or whatever. No? Uunahin natin ng agrikultura. Baka hindi na muna tayo mag-i-import. I-encourage natin yung mga magsasaka. Mag-create tayo ng mag-create tayo ng environment na mas mas dadami yung negosyo para sa farmer. Mas madali bilhin yung mga produkto nila, dadami yung produkto nila, pa-prioritize natin yung produkto nila, ganun. Yun yung tinatanong ni Doc Ethel, saan ako papunta? Well, I came from the radio station and I'm going home. Okay? So, yung it's for me, it's different and it's refreshing kasi imbis na ipaglalaban ko kayo, unang-una, the burden is always on the candidate lang o yung official. So parang passive lang tayo, parang hindi tayo kabahagi dun sa governance. Hindi tayo involved. Kasi yung kandidato yung nagsasabi, ako gagawin ko to, I will fight for you, I will do this, and tapos parating tayo yung nire-rescue lang. So, and kumbaga, hindi tayo involved in governance. I like the candidate who involves us. Yung mga tipong, tara, let's all do this. Tara, let's all buy Filipino. Diba? Yun, sabi ni Ma'am Tatiana, yeah, like everybody is involved. Everyone has a share of responsibility. Correct. Hindi yung kandidato na, gagawin ko to para mapakain ko lang kayo as if we're just going to sit here on one side and starve to death if he doesn't do anything. So, Tingnan niyo, pati si Inday, yung mga tipong, mahalin natin ng Pilipinas ride siya. And she sees the countryside and she's saying, uy, marami akong natutunan, ang dami kong nakita, tara gawin natin to. So she took us on this ride across the country. Sinama niya tayo. So this is what I like about the Uni team. Na instead of treating us as though, you know, the candidate is there to do stuff for us, the candidate, a real leader involves us. Uh, ito, sabi ni Ma'am Lisa, paano nila gagawan ng paraan na ma-stop ang korupsyon? Wala. Ayun. At paano nila gagawin na, why is the electorate parang ano lang tayo, pasiklaban sila doon, tapos uh, pa, lahat sila parang warriors. Gagawin ko ito, gagawin ko yan. Gagawin ko yung ano. Hindi po ako nawala, may napindot ako sa totoo lang. Sorry po. Okay. So, and you're right. You're all right na bakit ang mga so ang language ng election, yan. Ang language ng election natin is always with the candidate promising to do this or that. Hindi tayo kasali. Hindi hindi tayo involved. Sila lang ang gagawa. So kaya pagka nakaupo na sila, suddenly tayo yung beggars, tayo yung nakikiusap. Okay lang, wala, may signal dyan. Tayo yung nagsasabi, nasa na to? Tayo yung nagbe-beg, tayo yung humihingi. Tayo yung hindi tayo involved. Instead of us being able to tell them na, o tara, tutulong kami. We're going to do this. We will do this together. Yung corruption, kasi kung kasama tayo dito sa pagpuksa sa corruption, edi matututo din tayo to be more proactive in our governance. Kaya pansinin niyo, di ba? Maganda yung wika na At tapos ito yung approach naman ng unit team sa corruption. It isn't so much a war. Kasi pag yera, bakbakan yan and all that. Ang sinasabi ni BBM is this, we should always be on the lookout for corruption. Parati natin pinupuksa yan. That is part of what government has to do on a regular basis. Hindi na kailangan yan ipangako kasi trabaho naman talaga yan. Day-to-day work na yan ng ating ng ating gobyerno. Sure, the cops will try to will enforce the laws. The ombudsman will look into corruption. It will investigate. It will look for probable cause and so on. Pero what about the other things? Kasi ang nangyayari sa gobyerno is that we're so busy looking for people to put in jail. Na ang tingin natin sa mga sa mga sa mga government officials natin is these people are always yung kung hindi natin kakasuhan ng kakasuhan, they'll just rob us blind and all that. No. The presumption for me is that there is good faith. These people are good. But we have laws that that will go after them in cases where they're not good, in cases where they stray from the path, and that there are people in government whose job it is to do that. Kasi minsan, because the press, the tribe media makes it look so reportable parate. Ay, may nangyaring ganito. Ay, may nangyaring ganyan. Oy, may corruption. It's like they're just parang pardon the expression, no? Like they're wolves waiting for a cat, waiting for tingnan natin sino yung may iwan dyan sa likod, sino yung there's like a flock of gazelles going back, no, not wolves, no, let's just say tigers or something like that, or pumas or big cats who are just waiting for the weakest member of the flock to fall behind us. Bully natin. Parang ganon. it's entertainment. Catching corrupt officials and all that, it becomes entertainment instead of being part of the vigilance over our national coffers. That's just the excuse. Pero sa totoo lang, parang ano siya, corruption sells, and therefore, ang tingin ng media, ang parating portrayal ng media is, oh, may corrupt, may corrupt, may corrupt, may corrupt. And that's the only kwento about governance. Samantalang, meron pang iba. Meron, which is why the Duterte administration is unusual, and happily so, because there were reports pa ito na may bagong train, ayos na yung MRT, may bagong stasyon, ano, may bagong port, inayos yung airport natin. And it's not just that. Oh, may free tertiary education. It's not perfect, pero uy, andyan na yan. May ganon. So, we're talking about development, and the stories of corruption are getting, are becoming just another story instead of the story about government. Yeah. It's not always about the fight for corruption, because what happens is that we put government officials there and we expect them to fail, so that we're so hyper vigilant about corruption that everybody is so scared to do anything kasi baka ma-accuse, baka ano. So there's no development. But instead, we focus on the accomplishments, not just on the fighting of corruption. That's one. Yes, that's going to be an accomplishment. But what about the others? What about, oh, we were able to do this, and this is going to last for generations, diba? Oh, we were able to institute this. We were able to put something like this, and this is going to be there forever. So, uh, yun yung ano, kumbaga, it's something positive. And really good development projects, they involve us. Oh, halimbawa, yung isang inaalala ko nga about Parex is that people talk about heritage only when it's going to be destroyed. But where are the projects where we're saving a site when it isn't even endangered yet from somebody's wrecking ball? So, uh, yun yung ano natin, yun yung ano, we want to see a better election language, because what will be involved here is, mababa na ako sa car, what will be involved here is us. We're part of it. We're being called into helping government govern. We're helping government uh, establish goals and reach those goals. And we are all part of it. Hey, Yoshi. My dog. So we're all part of it, and we shouldn't forget that. Ito, sabi ni Ma'am, hey, Yoshi. Yoshi saying hi, everybody. Come on. Come here, baby. Excuse me, my dog. Okay. Ayun, sabi ni Spider C, ayan, mas stable na yung ano natin dito. Yung calm down the electorate with their kind of campaign. I expect a mudslinging of some sort, but I expect something that is true. Like if they criticize the type of leader, BBM will be but none. Parang, well, yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying. Yeah. Uh, Sabi ni Lovell Iverson Dinan, ingat kahit magkaiba tayo ng sinusuportahan. It's okay. Hindi naman tayo magkaaway just because we have different candidates. Diba? Hindi naman tayo ganun. Oops, sorry. Hi. So, so yun yung ano, that's what we're trying to say now, is to listen to what the candidates are saying. Ngayon, merong isang kandidato dyan na ang kanyang ano naman, mothering yung kanyang imagery naman. Nanay, ilaw ng tahanan, ganyan. But what is she saying? She's not saying anything. I mean, what exactly are you going to be pagka ilaw ka ng tahanan? Inspiration? How are you going to inspire us? I mean, these are all literary. Kumbaga, well, sure, if the idea is that we want to hear flowery ano, statements, sige madam, panalo ka na. But many of us were very practical. What does that mean? Tell us what you're going to do. Ilaw ng tahanan, nanay ng bayan, ina ng bayan. What does that mean? Are you going to feed us? Are you going to give us milk? Are you going to, ay, di ba seriously? Ah, hello po, grabe si Mocha, sabi ni Ma'am Lorna, switch is ko na daw, give some advice, attorney. Advice to whom? I mean, I'm always live, so I'm sure that if Miss Mocha wanted my advice, she can call me up. Sabi ni Ma'am Tatiana, literally laughing about mothering. Pero di ba that's what and then, sinong nagsasalita? Her children. So, pinapahiram namin yung nanay namin. Guys, really, seriously, I have a mom. She's she's pretty great, and I'm fine with my mom. I don't need a mom. I need a president. I need a president who is intelligent, who will be able to handle international relations, who understands the potentials in the South China Sea issue. I want a president who will not be relying on advisors. I want a president who is like PRRD. Now, I used to wonder who advised him on foreign relations. Wala siya pala yun. And what an understanding of foreign relations and how groundbreaking. But to veer away from the spheres of influence, from the US's shadow and craft and strike out a path that was so different from previous administrations. Uh, So, di ba? So, like, I was just paying attention to the language of elections, and I was just wondering, why are they stuck in that? Siguro, if everybody, if all the candidates, pare-pareho ng sinasabi at lahat sila na nanagalog, nag-ano lang, lahat sila ganun magsalita, then we'll still be stuck in that mode na nag-guess lang tayo kung ano yung ano yung gagawin nila. Pero merong naiba. Merong 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 nagsabing, "Huy, tara, let's do this." Imbis na gagawin ko to para sa inyo. Tara, let's do this. For me, kasama ako. Tara, let's go. Ayan. So, isn't it kind of fun to think that if we have a leader who involves us in everything, then hindi na tayo yung parating anti-government. We're not always in the mode na inaaway natin yung gobyerno because they're doing this or that, na taliwas or all of that. We're in it with them. And we have to tell them that, we have a stake in what you're doing and you have a stake in keeping us happy. So let's work more closely together. Ah, kaya po siguro super swak yung Lenlen series kasi perfect representation yung Lenlen puppet, sabi ni Ma'am Ying. So, yeah, that's true. Tingin ko din eh. Sabi ni Ma'am Cheryl, as I can see, most of the voters for Lenny are not exactly voting for her. The main reason is that they're anti-Marcos. Well, yeah, that's true also. And, but yeah, I get it. Yung wanting to be against something, that's still a reason to vote. Pero para sa akin, we've tried that. We've done that. We had Cory, we had FDR, we had all these people who supposedly are anti-Marcos and all that. And yeah, they had their shot, not exactly creative. A lot of them, they weren't really interested in moving us forward, bringing us to a certain point, in setting goals. Ito, gusto natin by this year, we have achieved this level na tumaas yung quality of life natin, na nagmura yung utilities to the point na halos libre na siya. Yun yung para sa akin yung goal. Ang mga utilities natin, kuryente, tubig, internet, mabababa nila to the point where it is so easy. It's not a huge percentage of our budget anymore paying for these things. And it will be very easy for us to do business. The transportation will be fast and very cheap. In some countries, ang public transportation, they're moving it to the point where magiging libre na siya. I want us to dream big. Hindi yung we're just fixing up the mistakes of the past. Yung can't we dream about, you know, eradicating absolute poverty? Yung wala nang nanlilimos or wala nang nakatira dun sa bangketa. Wala nang street people. Wala nang barong-barong. Can't we dream like that? Can't we dream of cheap medicines? Can't we dream that public health is that the health care is a right? Can't we dream of having quality education in the public school system so that we go to private schools only because of other things like religion or a particular talent or something like that? We have to dream bigger instead of just dreaming about fighting corruption. Can't we say that, oh, by in so many years, there'll be trains that can bring us from Luzon to Mindanao? Can't we say na, as our leader, you should bring us into the future? Uh, Sabi ni Ma'am Melanie Esguerra, at my age, I'm voting for the future of my children and their children. Filipinos were deprived of better living where the gaps between poor and rich are getting further and further. That's true. But ako, I am feeling it. Under Duterte, I was starting to feel that finally government had listened. Finally, we have, for me, the biggest symbol that we are finally being governed correctly, that we are finally no longer just being taken advantage of during elections, is the fact that we have planes that are running and running better and better. uh, the fact that there more kids are going to school, that for me is the indication that we're getting better, that government is changing, and the thrust is towards actually providing services. Dati parang ang feeling ko government officials were just there to get you know, to remain powerful and be in a position to be corrupt. So this is what I want. Diba yung I want a leader who can look at the hillsides and say, well, maybe we can put windmills there for alternative energy. So, and suddenly, after so many years, they had windmills. So I want a leader who will say, we need more power, we need more electricity. We can do it through this kind of technology. And in so many years, we have more electricity and it becomes cheaper. We have to dream big. We have to have leaders who can tell us that, oh, after so many years, we won't have to import rice anyway. Or after so many years, most of our vegetables dito na. We'll just import the exotic ones, yung para sa mga restaurants and so on, di ba? Uh, we we shouldn't have standards that are so low na sasabihin lang ng official sa atin, ng kandidato sa atin na pangako ko, huhulihin ko yung mga korap. Dapat naman hinuhuli yung mga korap. Bahagi yan ng trabaho ng gobyerno. Parati, that's a day-to-day thing. You have to do that anyway. But I want somebody to tell us that, oh, sige, we'll make all of the cities walkable, breathable, livable. Yung hindi na tayo mahihirapan maglakad-lakad kasi maganda na yung design ng mga cities natin. Hindi na tayo tatamarin yung hindi na tayo masyadong magta-tricycle kasi ang saya-saya ng maglakad pa uwi. Wala na mababa na yung crime, maraming puno na hindi tayo naiinitan, ganon. Dream big. We deserve it. We deserve nice things. We deserve a team that can tell us, this is also what I want. Tara, let's all go there. This is the future for all of us. Tara, let's go there. And bakit iilan lang yung kandidato na ganun? Bakit sila lang? Aren't we aren't we should be producing leaders who can do this, who have vision. Yun yung hinahanap ko, a leader or leaders with vision and not mired anymore in the yung bardagulan para sa ating entertainment na lang yun. Pero yung di ba? Dream and dream big. Let's go there. And it's us, di ba? It's not the leader saying, oh, sige, I'm going to do all of this for you. I'll do this and this. No. You don't have to do all of that. It's not even necessary. Anyway, hindi mo naman talaga personal na gagawin yan eh. You're providing the vision and then you're mobilizing government towards that vision. But not just government, kasama kami. Paano naman po yung kandidato na magtatatag ng Department of Waters? Kaya nga kahit tayo, dream big din tayo for our leaders. We have to, yung makahanap tayo ng leader na katulad ni Rodrigo Duterte na tumahak talaga ng landas. He went where other leaders didn't go. He is the only president I actually heard say na sige, gawin natin to, may pera naman. Hindi yung mga the 6 years of the Aquino administration. Walang pera para dyan. It was always, can we have something like this? If people would say, we should have this, we should have this, we should have this, and he would say something like, saan tayo kukuha ng pera para dyan? Oh, hello! Did I not pay taxes? Did you not collect those taxes? Wala nang magbibilad ng cups sa kalsada. Oh, yan, di ba? Can we dream big like that? Na pwede. Meron na tayo yung totoong solar dryer. Pero nandun na sila sa mga silos or whatever. And they're powered by the sun. Di ba? Something like that. Let's dream bigger. Let's not be happy with politicians who only promise more of the same. Sabi ni Rogi Season, what I don't understand sometimes is that the opposition tends to downplay the efforts of the current administration even though a significant improvement has happened. Yeah, but it's up to us to tell the story. Aasahan ba natin sila? Ay nako, if we were going to rely on them to tell the story, then that's not only unfair to us, it's giving them control of the narrative. Never again. Ito, sabi ni Noniet Egerton, tama yan. I dream of coming back home and settling for good sa Pilipinas sa aking retirement. Yung tahimik, malinis, murang bilihin, good healthcare, at safe ang paligid, at higit sa lahat, maganda at mabilis ang serbisyo gobyerno. Dream big, reach for the stars. Ika nga. So that's what we do. Diba? Yung mga tipong, I can tell, for example, Madam, I'm not voting for you because I have bigger dreams for my country. And hindi mo kakayanin. You have no vision. You cannot show us a point somewhere in the future and tell us, I'm taking you there. Dun tayo in so many years. Even after I'm no longer president, the path is laid out for you and I will do the work until I have to hand it over to the next leader. We're going to get there. But we're going to get to that point in the future where the quality of life has increased, where healthcare is affordable. It doesn't wipe out an entire family. Nobody will ever again say na ayoko nang magpa-ospital mahal. No. Di ba? Wala nang ganon. Or no parent will ever have to tell their child na kailangan mong tumigil mag-aral, di natin kaya. Di ba isn't this something that we deserve? Sabi ni Jacques Wong, ang masakit how people blind themselves to facts and blame us for being fake. Yeah. But yun nga, like I said, maybe we shouldn't get caught up in them. Maybe for us, we should just recognize na, you're too small for me. You're too small for my country. I want bigger. I have bigger dreams. Sabi ni Ma'am Marian, let's face the reality that there will be only one PRRD in our lifetime. Yes, but it doesn't mean that he will be the only one with vision. Because like I said, look at what BBM has told us. Tara, let's do this. It isn't na I'm going to do this. Let's have this. Yeah, listen to how he talks. Ganun siya. Sabi ni Shuni, ang ibang kandidato parang di galing sa puso mga sinasabi kasi gaya-gaya lang sa plataforma ni BBM or gaya-gaya sa pagka-brusko tsaka ano, at semi-balasubas ng presidente. But they can't do what PRRD can do, di ba? They can only try to ape him, try to imitate him, but hindi. Yeah, but sabi ni Janine Yadnug, yung mga daanan dito sa Doña Soledad, ang daming obstruction sa daan, pati mga tarpaulin ng mga bakod-bakod, may mga pako pa. Tapos mahuhulog ka pa sa mga butas ng drainage, etc. So, bahagi din ng lipunan maging responsable, hindi kada obligasyon aasa sa gobyerno, pero number one lawbreaker. Good. Yeah. Hindi na yung hindi na tayo yung, iba na dapat yung language of our elections and the language of our governance. It's no longer, kami yung mabait, kayo yung masama. Why can't it be, I have this vision. Laban sa laban. Vision ko versus vision niya. My dreams versus your dreams. My goal in the future versus your goal. I don't have to try to destroy you, but I can outplan you. I can outconceive you. I have bigger dreams for this country. And I can do it. I'm more masipag. I'm smarter. I can bring everybody to this point. Yun. Sabi ni Benito Paul Rabara, angat buhay lahat pero may cancel culture. Sabi ni Veronica Poblete Gulfan, natawa ako dun sa square inch ni Manny. Gagaya din lang sa speech ni BBM, di na kinaya ng utak magkabisado. Ay, yun na nga. So, ayoko na ng, how do you call this? Ayoko na ng lesser evil. Kumbaga, I don't want a leader who's just the lesser evil. I don't want, that's why, for me, education. Let's create better public servants. Let's create more aware public servants. Hindi yung, ang awareness, inaangkin ng mga nasa kaliwa, saying parang sila lang ang nakakaintindi ng social justice. Ay, nako. Sa kakagaya daw ng square inch, humaba ang sinabi hanggat nawala na ang gusto niyang iparating, pati siya na dito. All right, so just that I just wanted to talk about that, to talk about how we should be dreaming bigger, how we should, yung mga ganyang I will fight for you, Ay, thank you kay Mayamang Paul, nagpadala siya dun sa aming super chat. Thank you. So, di ba, shouldn't we yung mga tipong pag sinabi, labanan natin ang korupsyon. Talaga naman trabaho mo yan. Bahagi yan ng trabaho ng gobyerno. Kailangan naman talaga, kaya nga may ombudsman, kaya nga may mga investigador, kaya nga may prosecutors and all that. It's part of the justice system. Any violation of the law, whether it is a violation within the government system or a privately done crime, kailangan talaga natin i-prosecute yan. Kailangan yan naman talaga ipaglaban kami. But can you do more than that? Because I want cheap food. Ako pa. I want a better life. I want more education, more schools, more medicines, more healthcare professionals, cheaper services, happier people. I want the Philippines to be livable, walkable, breathable, someplace really good. So, tumatambay tayo there's spaces na pwede tayong tumambay like public parks. Hindi yung nagkukulong tayo sa bahay watching Netflix, which is what I do anyway. Unless you want to. But that there will be places outdoors for our kids to play in. There will be places outdoors so we can walk our dogs outside and not get hit by a car. Sabi ni Lester Medrano, boboto na ako sa 14th. What party list is the best? So far, ang nire-recommenda ko, well, of course, if you like Mocha, then please, I think that Mocha is a good public servant. She was very, very nasipag sa UWA. But if you want an alternative, there is my Pag-asa party list para may tumatabla dun sa CPP, NPA, NDF at yung kanilang mga supporters at para ma-institutionalize natin ang LCAC. Because peace and order is necessary for economic development. So that yung mga magsasaka natin, hinaharas yung iba dyan sa countryside. Hinaharas ng mga NPA, hinihinga ng pagkain, hinihinga ng kung ano-ano, nagsosolicit, parang hindi pa sila hirap na hirap, di ba? Sabi ni Ma'am Ying, dreaming big kasi sabi ko si Inday ang DND, pamangkin ko BFP, PNP at Army ang target. So I said, yes, by the time you guys enter them, those departments are going to be powerhouses where they could learn well and be proud of their boss. Kasi by that time, Inday na yung presidente. Yes, I want to dream big. Yan. We deserve nice things. We deserve more trains. We deserve cheap transportation. We deserve less pollution. We deserve more trees, nicer cities. Hindi yung tagpi-tagping city. We deserve heritage protection. We deserve less traffic. We deserve you know, more schools, better citizens. All of these, we deserve nice things. And we need leaders who can say, okay, in the future, we will have all that. Come on, let's take, I'll lead you. Let's all go there. So, di ba? Tama na yung laban na rhetoric na paglalaban kita. Hindi ko kailangan ng paglalaban kasi pwede ako may guards. May, pagtatanggol kita sa gano'n. Hindi, kaya ko yan. Or kaya kong tulungan yung ibang mga kababayan na ipagtanggol ang sarili nila, pagtanggol sila. Pero kailangan ko ng leader na may vision. Tsaka talino. Okay. Last few comments. Sabi ni Davao, Enya, parehas tayo. I love BBM kasi susulong niya agriculture. Like you, ayaw kong magutom. Ang sarap kaya ng fruits natin at may umami food natin, no? Dito sa Tate, they don't know umami. Yeah. I want more. Gusto kong makatikim uli yung mga traditional Philippine foods. Mabolo. Yung mga ganun nawawala na yung mga yan. I want my kids, my grandchildren to be able to climb trees. So, yung tipong ganon yung mga neighborhoods natin, yung mga may puno pa, yung hindi tayo sobrang hirap na every square inch is poured over with concrete because we need to make them productive. I want us to dream so big that we will all realize how important planting trees are in our own backyard so that our kids can climb there and we can breathe easier. And we have more birds who will eat all the mosquitoes and things like that. I want better quality of life and I want a leader who can see this with us. With the system we have now, imposible ang malayo pa ma-achieve ang totoong pagbabago. I disagree. Change can be done at any time, every time. Yes, we're dreaming bigger, but these steps, look at what the president has done. Tertiary education, universal healthcare, better education. What he's doing is taking all the necessary steps to eradicate absolute poverty. Don't expect change to always be big. We have to also understand when the changes that are being instituted is part of the path to taking us to the future, to a big, better future. No, Why are we always thinking that wala namang pagbabago when there has been? How many things do we have? How many new airports? How many new things? We got a third player now talking to a fourth player. It's not perfect. It's not yet done. But we must appreciate that it is being done. Kasi if ganun din tayo, yung expectations natin sa ating mga leaders, hindi rin katugma sa katotohanan, then aren't we setting ourselves up for failure? Then we will always think, ay, third world lang kasi tayo eh. And that's all with gababa lang talaga standards natin. Don't set the goals to a point where it's impossible to achieve because you're not taking into to consideration the practical things that we have to do. For instance, I want a bridge. Oh, how do we do that? To get from point A to bridge, you have to know how to get the financing, the design, the studies, all of these. So if na-institute ko, let's say, more than halfway, more than this, hindi yung enough yung, oh sige, I dreamt this, I want this, I have vision, pero hindi mo naman madala sa point A to point bridge, then walang kwenta ka. Pero we also have to recognize, gusto ko ng ganito, nalagay yung financing, nalagay yung detailed engineering study, nagawa yung feasibility studies, nagawa lahat ng mga plano, nag-start na ng groundbreaking na ganito. That is something. Hindi perfect ang universal healthcare, pero nailagay yan so that we understand the importance of universal healthcare. Reality, di ba? So, yun lang. Maraming salamat for na tinatangkilik nyo ang Luminous. Maraming salamat dun sa 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 mga komento niyong uubod ng talino kasi I learn as much from you or probably more. Kasi the more visions, the more opinions I hear, the better it is for all of us. Uh, Thank you kay Ma'am Tatiana. Sabi niya, tama, vision is the start of all things. Hindi pwede yung vision lang will stop corruption. You have to do that anyway. Tell me something I don't already know. Tell me something that you're going to do that nobody has done before. Sabi ni Alma Labanan, sabi umabot ng 100K ang Luminous. Well, patulong na lang na paubutin natin ng 100,000 ang Luminous so that more people can join. The more people who join here kasi mas tumatalino tayo eh. Natanong ni JP, may Luminous party list ba? Grabe ko no. Meron Luminous sa YouTube at saka sa Facebook. Which is I don't know if a party list is in our dreams for Luminous. Maybe if it is necessary, maybe if we have a vision and we can help bring everybody there, di ba? Let's see how we can help, how Luminous can help pa more, di ba? Sabi ni Ma'am Pinay, paparazzi, I always tell my mom, say to my mom, I may be half a century old, but it doesn't mean I know everything. In fact, I know nothing. Yes, but knowing that you know nothing is the step to eliminating the nothingness. Parang yung di ba? Parang the never-ending story. Oh my gosh, it's the nothing! Sabi ni Ma'am Cheryl, kaya yung mga numbers, sana sa surveys, i-reflect natin sa May 9, tayo lang din mga Pinoy ang gagawa at magtutulong sa pagbabago na sinimula ni PRRD. Yes! So, ako ninanamnam ko yung yung last few months na kasama natin si PRRD, di ba? Toe curling. Okay, thank you very much. Uy, salamat din sa lahat ng padala sa super chat, super sticker. Pasensya na, wala pa po tayong stars uli sa Facebook kasi minamas report pala tayo every so often. So, maraming salamat. Don't forget, basta kahit like, share, comment, or kahit like and comment some more. Basta importante yung mga reactions and comments and all of that. These are important for the engagements. The engagements will also bring us into the news feeds of other people and dadami tayo. Okay. Maraming salamat and have a good day. Whatever is left of it. Thank you very much, guys.